You ready to let the dogs out?
What?
Do what?
From the All Indiana Podcast Network.
Join Pet Pals TV's Patty Spitler as we celebrate our furry friends.
Cats, dogs, and all the critters in your family.
Celebrate the bond between pets and people and meet Hoosier heroes saving four-legged lives.
I love it. Good. I'm glad.
It's the Positively Patty Podcast.
I can't wait anymore.
Me neither.
Now, your host, here's Wish TV contributor Patty Spitler.
And today on the Positively Patty podcast, we've got the one, the only, the magnificent. I'm reading all those things he told me to say. Here's Dick Wolfsie. We're going to talk about his life, his career, and something very important is happening to him. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, he is going to be in the Indiana Broadcast Association Hall of Fame. Pretty prestigious. Oh, and we'll slip in some things about Barney, too. So stay with us on the Positively Patty podcast. And now welcome to the Positively Patty podcast. We have a very special guest
Wait,
today.
say that again. Say it again.
Well, say it again.
Positively.
Say it again. Positively Patty podcast, the three P's.
Wow.
Wow?
Yeah.
Okay, good night, everybody. Thank you so much.
That's
that
more
was
peeing than I'm used to, actually.
That was the sound, that voice of Dick Wolfsie. Everybody knows Dick Wolfsie, and he's on our podcast today. We got a lot of things to talk about, so let's cut the banter and get to the good stuff here.
Okay.
Tell me about Barney.
Tell you about Barney.
Everybody loved Barney.
Oh
what a
my
wonderful
gosh.
dog.
Well, I don't think people realize how long. That was 16 years ago that he died.
Oh, my gosh.
16 years ago.
That long
so
ago.
I still think about him, and I still miss him, but I've got pictures and videos that I look at all the time.
Right,
so
right.
It's cool.
He was his own master, wasn't he?
He was.
I mean, you'd have him at all your in the morning when we'd watch on Daybreak with Dave Barris, and you'd be out reporting, and the dog would be with you, whether he's on the person's couch or digging in their yard.
Or sitting up with Dave. Yeah,
sitting at the desk with Dave. It's just he was in the right spot at the right time. Tell us how you found Barney.
Well, I was on my way to work, and someone had left him on my front yard. I always say doorstep; it's a better story.
Yeah.
But he was in my front yard, and the long story made 15 seconds is I put him in the house, and then he destroyed the house, and my wife Mary Ellen said, he's gone. I said, well, I'll take him to work with me, and she didn't even believe me, and I didn't believe I did it either. And then I kept him in the car, and then people could hear him howling.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then people said, "What? How about that?" And the day I knew that he was a star was I went to see a game at Victory Field.
Yeah.
And I was walking down the steps, and all of a sudden I heard these people chanting, "Barney, Barney, Barney!" And 3 weeks later he was in the. But I have to interrupt myself. Can I interrupt myself? The funniest bit you and I have ever done together was not with Barney, but with Toby. That you remember?
Oh, yes. Okay, let's go. Let's jump ahead. I did a story for Great Day TV with you.
Yeah.
Where is Dick now? What's he doing?
Right.
And you were still at the time, working on Wish TV, doing wonderful stories.
Yeah.
And I go to your house and you have another beagle.
I do.
Okay, so everything's fine.
Toby.
And then finish it up.
No, so I had taught the dog to get the newspaper. And he was very smart. He would get the newspaper. But the truth is he would get anything that was on the driveway. If I said, go get the whatever, it didn't matter what I said. If it was on the driveway, he'd bring it back. So you and I are talking, and I said, I want to show how smart he is. Tell him to get the bone. And I said, you have to say it very clearly. And then I said, because he's hard of hearing like you.
Just like you.
Just like you. So I said, now enunciate. So you went, Toby, get the bone. And he goes around the corner, he comes back with the phone. I left the phone on the...
not the bone, the phone.
Not the phone, not the bone, the phone. I just love that story.
It is funny. He was a good boy, too.
Yeah.
He's passed as well, right?
He has.
So what do you don't have a doggy now?
We have a cat.
That's good.
And I have pet turtles now.
Yes.
How weird is that? I know. I know. And they hardly ever come when I call.
Oh, well, that's how they are.
And if you tell them to roll over, they die.
No.
I just made up. I like that joke.
Well. Okay, now let's talk about you.
Yeah.
We established that Barney was certainly a big part of your career. And first off, we need to back up even a little more, so back her up. 1982, you and I
We started
together.
Right.
I was your co-host until you traded me in for a puppy.
Right.
So we did that. We actually only did Indianapolis Afternoon for 9 months. Do you remember
9
that?
or 10 months, yeah.
And
then you had signed your contract.
I had signed later than you had, so they had to keep me here.
Right, which of course was a wise decision. And everything worked out great for me because then I ultimately went on to do AM Indiana.
Right. Oh, that was a good show. That was a good show.
Downtown.
Yeah.
And I was very proud of that because I created it and produced it and hosted it.
That was a great show with an audience and everything.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot to take
cool.
on.
It was
and
cool.
you did a nighttime show too.
Oh, in between, I did a late night show where I had. I'm proud to say.
I remember that one because I came to see Dr. Ruth.
Yeah, Dr. Ruth.
Dr. Ruth was a friend of yours. Yes.
I was the first to put on transsexuals, transvestites, gay teenagers, draft dodgers, and the Ku Klux Klan. And I'm proud to say that while it was a lot of entertainment, I never exploited people. I mean, when I had on the transsexuals, for example, one of them still is my friend, we talked about the issues. I mean, I thought that was important.
So you were a groundbreaker. You did it before. Before it's popular.
In that sense, I was. Yeah.
That's great. So how long then in a career? You started out as a teacher.
I started as a teacher for 9 years.
From New Rochelle.
New Rochelle, which is where I went to school.
Right.
And it was ironic that I came back to teach where I went to school the year, I think I've got this right, the year that Welcome Back Kotter started on television, which of course was a story.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody
you realize there's people out there listening go, what's Welcome
who's
Back
Kotter? Yeah.
That's a dated pop culture reference. It was a great
ain't
show.
It the truth?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so how many, almost 40 years,
40 years, yeah.
here in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
When you came here, did you think you'd be here for this long?
No. Well, I'd come from New York.
Yeah.
So when you think about it, I can both brag and then put myself down in the same simple sentence. I went from being a high school English teacher to being the host of Good Morning New York, the #1 morning show in the country,
right,
in less than 2 years. That's pretty amazing.
That is
and
pretty
then
amazing.
6 months,
and who replaced you?
And replaced me by Regis Philbin.
Regis Philbin. Now, see, but how about that? Regis Philbin is right at the top there. So you weren't just replaced; you were replaced by somebody.
It's like losing to the person who wins the Super Bowl.
Right.
You say,
you can't feel bad about that.
No, and I make jokes about it, but what did he ever do? But he was on the air for 35 years,
Yep.
and he was, whether you like him or not. I always tell this about TV personalities. Whether you like them or not, you can still recognize how good they were. So I might not have been thrilled watching him every morning, but I knew in my head how good he was. There's a difference.
He did have a spark, as you do too.
He
after
did.
How many years? Okay, you retired for Daybreak, and the COVID happened. And what did that tell you back in 20?
Well, that's a great question. After
2020.
about 7,000 hours of live TV and 25,000 guests, and I didn't think I was going to retire yet. I didn't think I was. And then the COVID happened, and because of the nature of what I do, I could not go out.
You can't go out.
I couldn't go out.
You can't Zoom those things.
You can't, exactly right. You cannot Zoom those things.
No.
So I told Al, our boss, I said, Al, I got to take off and see what happens. And after about 3 or 4 months, I came back and I said, I kind of enjoy not having to do this.
Oh.
So.
But. That's what she said. But. You still write.
Oh, I still do my humor column.
Yep.
Nice humor column. And I've done 1,100 of those, and I know you read them. Thank you.
Oh, they're wonderful.
Where
do people find your column? Because they really are. Yeah, I'm not going to, how do I say this without offending somebody? People don't write the way you write. That's a gift. First off, it's a gift.
Yeah.
Secondly, you take things and twist things and take something very common, like standing and eating in front of the refrigerator. I remember when you wrote that years ago.
Yeah.
And I did that just the other day, and I thought of you. Anyway, so your talent and your gift. Also, you have the dedication and the wherewithal to make it work. And not many people can tell a story on paper and pencil.
Well, that is, if it's a gift or what the word is, but I'm just very lucky that when I see something or something strikes me as odd, not only do I know it's a column, but my wife knows it's a column. She does. Like
You always bring her in.
Well, because we were walking around the neighborhood the other day, and we a fairly new place that we live in.
Yes.
And every time she would pass a place, she would say, "We need to get that. That's a good idea." And I realized that walk around the neighborhood cost me $150,000. And as soon as I said that, she said, "Well, that's a column," and I went right downstairs and wrote it. So it's all about recognizing when something funny is happening that you do. So.
And how long has she put up with? I mean, how long have you been married?
41 years.
41 years.
Yeah. What's the old joke? 35 happily, but yeah. Yeah. Now you're supposed to congratulate me about something.
Well, we had other things to do, but that was the whole reason. I thought we'd talk about one thing, and here we are, almost 10 minutes later, and we haven't even touched on it.
No, whenever.
All right. You're going to be quiet. You're going to be quiet for just a second.
Take your time.
Dick Wolfsie has been accepted, nominated, and now he is a member of the Indiana Broadcast Association's Hall of Fame.
Yay.
Hall of Fame. Now, that's something that there are going to be, I think they pick 4 people, and then there's a couple of awards posthumously. So you are in good company. This isn't just Indianapolis. It's all of Indiana.
Right. And you're in it. And the person who hired me, Lee Giles.
Yes.
And our good
Stan
friend
Wood is in there.
Stan Wood. Yeah, it's a small
and
group
the
of
other
people.
person who's with you, who also worked at Wish TV, and I still nudge him to do things for my shows, Steve Schweitzer.
I mentioned it. Yes, absolutely.
Yes, he's a great guy too.
And I got a beautiful award.
Oh, you did?
It's the best piece of glass I've ever had. That's the one I thought you would probably edit out.
Okay, so we're at the big award ceremony, and we get to do it in person this year because last year we couldn't. I feel so bad for everybody who got that. Ours will be in person this year on October the 27th, but it was announced, so you can talk about it. That's the worst part when you know about it, or you know that friends who got it, and you can't say anything yet because they've told you to keep
I just
it quiet.
posted on Facebook today.
Yes.
And I just got so many.
Of course.
Yeah, so many nice responses. And it is, I'm really thrilled. I mean, when I came here, as you said, did I think I'd stay here forever? I didn't. No. And then I started to love it. And I got, Lee gave me the perfect job. And so a lot of people say to me, and when you stuck around after our show together, I'm not sure you knew exacally what you were going to do. And
I did, and I don't think they did either. I did the weather,
you
honey.
Did the weather.
I didn't know what side.
You were worse than Letterman.
I didn't have canned hams falling down, but I had storms coming in from the east, and they're supposed to come. I went and bought the 3rd grade Think and Do book of weather. Because I did not.
Great story.
Now, and
Is
then
that right?
Here's
Is that right?
Yes, it's true. And here's the kicker to that story. I got a job offer from New York.
Really?
Yes.
To do weather.
Because there weren't many women doing weather at that time.
Well,
so even though I wasn't,
you never told me that.
There's stories you haven't told me either. So that's why we're doing
and
this.
you know what happens when you go to New York. I could have told you that.
I knew New York. I love to visit there, but I knew it wasn't for me.
Yeah.
I'm a Midwest girl. Grew up Dayton, Ohio.
Right.
But I thought I'd be here maybe a year, maybe 2 years, and then move on.
But anyway, I started to say, people have often said to me, when I started to be successful, they'd say, well, do you hope to be an anchor someday? And I could honestly say, no. Are you kidding me? When you think about all the crazy things that I've done, crazy things.
Unscripted.
I mean, I had a
You'd have to read a prompter. And I had to read a prompter for the new news.
And you weren't used to that.
I hate it. I did.
I know. That's why
I won't say hate it.
That's why you and I got hired. Because we sat there
and talked
and ad-libbed with each other, having never met each other. We ad-libbed.
And they thought they'd be good for each other because we'd keep each other in check. Steve Rickle, the director.
Oh,
yeah. He said they'll be good together. We're not your typical hosts.
No, we weren't.
We still aren't.
Yeah.
But in this case, we got lucky. I mean,
it was cool. It was very cool.
Yeah.
So we both had great careers, and I look forward to just relaxing.
Oh, you don't think you'd want to do TV again? No.
I really don't. No. I mean, I like being a guest rather than interviewing a guest.
That's good.
But No, this has been this is great. And of course, when I retired, they gave me that wonderful half-hour send-off.
You did have a wonderful.
And we saw the old clips. You remember the clips of me and Richard Simmons?
Oh yes.
Yeah, and Dick the Bruiser. And Dick the Bruiser.
He throwing you in the water.
Throwing me in the water.
That was amazing.
And when I do my little thing for the Hall of Fame, I'm going to stick that in somewhere because that is a classic.
Oh, it did.
When he threw me in the water.
So what you did too that I don't really know anybody who does it to the extent that you did, is you immerse yourself in the story. You become,
like the water.
That's
there we go.
Mark you down.
Yeah.
But you become a part of it, whether you're the foil, whether you're the counterpart, whether you're the funny kicker part of it. You're part of the story. You're just not interviewing somebody.
Exactly.
You are in there.
But I want to say one thing about
playing
all the
pickleball
interviews that I've done is that I still tell people when I start the interview, if you have something to promote or something you want to talk about, that really is my first obligation. Okay. And the second obligation is I want it to be a good show. And if that involves me being goofy and kidding around, that's
and pleasing the audience. Yeah. Isn't that funny? Well, what a wonderful career. How many years again in TV?
Almost 40 and then 10 years teaching. So I'm almost 50 years old. Yeah. But you and I have had a great time together. It's been awesome.
I was your first girl. No, I wasn't your first girl. You had somebody in New York, didn't you, a co-host?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we won't talk about that.
Yeah.
Oh, you can see his face.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was your best girl.
Yeah.
There we go.
Hey, I'm going to be with you Saturday morning, aren't I?
Yes.
I better rephrase
but
that.
This will already be gone by then. So they'll have to look it up on wishtv.com and they can see the story.
Oh, this won't air before the Saturday thing.
Right.
Oh, then I really screwed up the end of the interview.
No, you didn't. What you did is, now let's turn this into a positive, Mr. Wolfsie. We're going to pique their interest, and then they'll want to go and listen to and watch the interview that we do on Saturday morning.
So Saturday morning, I could plug this interview. I'm so confused. It doesn't matter.
Just say thank you very much.
Thank you, Patty.
And he's everywhere. Hall of Fame. Dick Wolfsie lives forever on TV and in our lives. And we appreciate. Oh, and check out his columns, too. Those are wonderful.
Yeah, they're on my Facebook page as well as in newspapers.
Nicely done.
Okay.
There you go. Okay, we'll see you next time. And we'll be talking to you on the Positively Patty podcast. This has been the Positively Patty podcast from Wish TV. I'm Patty Spitler. Be sure to follow and subscribe to this podcast. Make sure you do that now. And check out for new updates every single week. You can also learn more at wishtv.com. And when you follow Wish TV on Facebook.
Discover more pet-friendly stories at petpalstv.com and stay with Wish TV online at wishtv.com and when you follow Wish TV on Facebook. Be sure to like and subscribe to this podcast and discover more great podcasts from the All Indiana Podcast Network now at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.